Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about claiming routes on Veho. So one of the greater challenges of Veho, actually speaking, is the idea of not just getting the route done, but claiming them in the first place. Because let's be honest, you want to make money on the platform, but if you don't have the routes, you don't have the ability to get a route, you're not going to be making anything. So with that said, I want to go over everything you must know about claiming routes on Veho, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that I'm going to be going over in this video is market dependent. So what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. How do I sign up for a route? By taking the steps below in the Veho driver app, wait for a text or push notification from Veho notifying you when routes will be available. You can also check here for typical route publishing times for your Veho market. I'm gonna leave a link in the description with that page that they're talking about because it's very important for you to know when the routes actually drop. Click route offering and swipe down to refresh the page. Click on the route you wish to confirm. The route summary screen will appear. Click the orange request button. All routes you signed up for will appear in the My Routes tab. Make sure you swipe down to refresh this screen. Jesus, tell me that this is outdated without telling me this is outdated. My goodness. The request button is blue now. That's first of all. Second of all, it's not route offering, it's just offers. And then you click on the route itself. You try to confirm it. That doesn't mean you're gonna get it. That means you're requesting for it. And if somebody else got to it first, somebody else is gonna get it first, and you're not going to, so you're gonna have to try again on another route. But that's mainly going to be an issue during the initial route drop. If you notice that there are some later in the afternoon, then there's a chance that you'll be able to get it then, but that's not always the case. Why don't I see any available routes on a day that Veho should be offering routes? Drivers sign up for routes the night before on a first come first served basis. Once a route has a driver assigned, it will no longer show up as available in the app. We send out daily notifications when routes are offered. Sign up for routes quickly so you don't miss out. I gotta tell you, they really developed a scarcity mindset in terms of actually getting enough routes for people. Let's say they drop at 8 o'clock. They're gone by 8:01. Like, it's not like you have time to really decide what route you want. There's enough drivers for a lot of people to go in, click on a route, and that's it. It's gotten pretty bad in that way. Although it doesn't mean that there won't be other opportunities to get routes. Like, there are times during the day where you can actually see more routes pop up. But at the end of the day, you're gonna figure that out in your market and what's best for that as you go on this platform. This is where your personal experience is going to have to take place, because in my market, it's a little different, and we'll go over that a little later. How many routes can I sign up for per day? You could sign up for up to 2 routes per day as long as the routes do not overlap. After signing up for your first route, follow the same process to sign up for the second route in the Veho driver app. Okay, so getting 2 routes in a day is not necessarily unheard of, especially if you got the time and energy. But here's the reality about that point. You could sign up for 2 routes in a day if there is enough afternoon routes for you to sign up for that second one. There's really only one day to where I can pick up a second route, and that is Tuesdays. That's peak day in my area because of all of the factor boxes that come in, and they're huge. It's not like people could just take them all at once. So the reality is, with all of those packages, they're going to have to break them down into smaller routes. Is it possible for me to get a 7 a.m. route and a 11 a.m. route? Possibly, but it's so few and far between that it's not worth pursuing unless it's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? But here's the other side to that. Can you sign up for 2 routes per day? Yes. Can someone assign you a 3rd route or a 4th route if you have the ability to do so? Also, yes. I've actually managed to get 3 routes done in a day on a Tuesday by completing the first 2, going to the warehouse, and requesting a 3rd. That being said, I had to hustle in order to get there before someone sniped it from me. But that's basically what you gotta do. You gotta actually ask for it. Will I know the details of my route before I sign up? Yes, each route offer includes the start location and time, estimated payment, estimated duration, and the end neighborhood of the route prior to signing up. You get an idea of where it's going because of the heat map available in the app, but you don't know the exact route until you actually get there, scan in everything, and then you're already on your way out. So make sure you do enough homework to get an idea of how far is too far for you. How big are the packages? Veho serves a wide variety of vendors, so packages range in size from small padded mailers to medium-sized boxes, and in some cases, irregularly shaped packages vary in weight and can weigh 40 plus pounds. The biggest and most frustrating packages I normally deal with are the factor packages on Tuesdays. Overall, think of Mondays and Tuesdays being like meal kits. Like at the start of the week, everybody wants their home chef or factor foods and misfit fruits or whatever that may be. But during the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those are some of the more retail options. These are your Zara's, your Lululemons, Stitch Fix, Thread Up. These smaller packages where you could basically palm everything if you wanted to. And yes, there's a fair amount of envelopes too. So if you're worried about the size of packages, we're gonna go over how you can figure out how big your route is. But before we do that, we got a fair amount of side notes to go over. Set an alarm. So like I said, routes go quick. So one of the pro tips I would tell you to actually claim routes more effectively is to actually go into your phone and set an alarm for 1 minute before those routes drop. Let's say it's 8 p.m. where your area drops routes. You go 7:59 and then set that for every single day. You know that you need to focus up and pick out that route as soon as you can. Otherwise, you're not getting a route for the next day. Or the route you're gonna get for the next day is not as wide of a selection as it can be, but sometimes you take what you can get. Route sniping. New people are going to be victim of route sniping at times, especially if you got a route that is available as soon as the warehouse opens. So route sniping, for some reason, the person who was going to check into that route actually dropped the route, not of their own free will, but because they couldn't check in for whatever reason. And because of that, the person who was waiting for routes actually took the route before you could reclaim it again, if that makes sense. Let's say the route was at 7 a.m. and the warehouse opens at 7 a.m. The warehouse doesn't exactly have their stuff together. They didn't know you were a new person. You didn't even know. You needed to go to them about notifying them that you're a new person so they can ID check you so you can manually check in on your own. But before you were able to even approach that subject, you had no choice but to lose the route at 7:05 because you couldn't check in at that point. It ended up going back into the offers tab and somebody managed to get it before you can reclaim it, which is probably one of the most frustrating feelings, especially for a new person. You had that route. It was in your app, but because somebody was waiting at 7:05 for a route, they got the route and you ended up losing money and you were sitting at the warehouse with your in your hand. As a new person, you want to notify them right away as soon as the warehouse, but as somebody who's waiting for a route, that's an option to actually get a route for yourself. It sucks for the new guy, but it's not like other people aren't doing it, so do that information as you will. Analyzing the route you claim. This is where you kind of have to do your homework. So when you actually get your route, you're going to notice that there is a heat map showing you exactly where that route is going. And by exactly, I mean you get a general idea, but it's not like you're going to see that heat map and it's going to take you even further away if there is no heat up there. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you got to do your homework and see, is this route something I actually want to do? How are we going to know that? We're going to see the estimated duration, and yes, you could get it done faster or slower than this amount of time, but that's an estimate. For the example I have up, it's 2.5 hours. You're going to see the payout for this route. If it seems like it's going to be more miles than it is the payout, then it may not be a good idea. You're going to see the package volume, which is 3 to 18 cubic feet in this case. If your car is not big enough to receive the packages, you got to drop the route. It's just going to be a waste of time for you to go all the way to the warehouse only to go all the way back because you had to drop the route while you were there and you couldn't actually fulfill the expectations of that route. If you don't know how many cubic feet there are, just Google how many cubic feet is in your vehicle and you'll get an idea. I have a Toyota RAV4. I got about 37 point something, I think it is. And I do just fine. New drivers get there early. One thing I will say, if you're a new driver, you're gonna want to get there a little earlier to actually make sure you give your ID, you get your welcome kit and all of that good stuff. So that way you can actually get your ID checked without losing the route. So make sure you get there a little bit earlier than the check-in time in order to actually do that. That being said, don't take one for as soon as they open, because if they didn't ID you yet, then it's not a good idea to take a route at 7 a.m. because they open at 7 and they didn't get their stuff together. If they're running late for even a millisecond, then it's gonna go south for you. You know what I mean? You're gonna be waiting outside. You're waiting for them to acknowledge that you're there. Now you gotta hand them your ID and you end up losing the route because they couldn't get their stuff together long enough to actually check you in. Can you pick up a route early? Kind of. Let's say you have 2 routes and your first route's at 9 a.m., the other one's at 1:20. Right? What you could do is actually pick up the first route and the second route if you have the room in your car to do so. Again, that's not really possible if the packages are too big, but let's say you got 2 routes that are smaller in size, you know what I mean? Like they're a bunch of clothing packages from Zara, or there's one with a bunch of Nespresso packages and one with Lululemon packages. You could technically pick up both of those routes. You would be on time for one and early for a second. That actually does well for your ratings too, because when I delivered things early, those packages ended up increasing my customer rating. Now, what about getting there at the point of opening? Warehouse opens at 7 a.m. You got a 9 a.m. route, and you're just smiling, hoping to do the right thing. Once upon a time, yes, you could do that. Nowadays, in my market, they're very particular about that stuff. You know what I mean? Should you pick up a route early? Like, let's say you have the ability to do so, should you? Not necessarily, because here's the thing. Sometimes the route is actually planned in a specific way. Oh, the packages are supposed to be dropped at the business. Like sometimes you deliver to businesses, but the business doesn't open till 9 and you got the packages at 7. What do? Do you just leave it outside the building? No, because then you have to return it to the warehouse because the business is not open, because that's what Veho support will tell you. And at the end of the day, that's really on you because you picked up the route early. You're gonna get all those miles put on your car. But in most cases, you technically could pick up the route early and not have an issue, but it happens enough to where it ends up being a headache for you. You know what I mean? This is why you multi-app. Like I said, with how hard it is to claim routes sometimes on Veho, you need to multi-app with Veho. It's not, oh, I could just solo Veho and suddenly that means I can make as much money as possible with this one app. No, you gotta have multiple apps. Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, Instacart, Shipt, Brody, Amazon Flex, whatever. Whenever you need, you gotta have multiple apps. This app is just not consistent enough with your ability to claim routes for you to justify, hey, I could do this whenever I want, you know what I mean? Dropping routes. Can you just drop a route without penalty? Yes, that would be a quick drop. But let's say you got this route, but then you got a catering order from Deliver That or Deliver. And because of that, you're starting to question, maybe it would actually be a good idea for me to take this Deliver That order or this delivered order as opposed to this Veho route I took 2 hours ago. That could lead to a late drop, and late drops affect your ability to actually deliver on the platform. First time, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal, but you don't want those kind of things to accumulate, you know? If you get a route and you don't like it, make the decision within like 5 minutes. Don't dwell on it or anything like that and be like, I don't know if I really want it or blah, 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 because that's not a habit you want to develop anyway. If you're like, all right, this is going just enough within my parameters to where I'm like, okay with it, so I'll do it because of that. But overall, I'm not too thrilled about this, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna drop it, do it within 5 minutes tops. Don't compromise your standards or earnings. Remember your dollars to mile ratio. Do the math on how far it is from where you are at home to the warehouse and figure out how far from the warehouse it would take to finish the route, roughly. And remember, this app is best for multi-appers. It's not best for a solo app. So if it's gonna cost you money to take a route on Veho, don't be afraid to drop it, man. But again, just do it in like 5 minutes or less because you don't want to be developing a habit of second guessing yourself. You know what I mean? Did I miss anything? Is there something else about claiming routes on Veho that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that anybody who is either new or they're trying to understand Veho to a certain degree has a full understanding on how to claim routes on Veho and make the most amount of money as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.